Within hours of the assassination, the prime suspect became this 24-year-old former Marine, a self-declared communist who had renounced his American citizenship and moved to the Soviet Union, where he then fell disenchanted with life in Russia and moved back to the US, eventually ending up on the 6th story of this building in Dallas where he worked and where he was on that morning in November where he aimed a rifle and shot the president. His name was Lee Harvey Oswald. And after these shots rang out, he fled. While on the run, he shot and killed a Dallas police officer before hiding in a movie theater and then eventually being arrested at around 2:15 p.m. that day.
I didn't shoot anybody, no, sir.
There was to be a trial, and Oswald planned to plead not guilty, claiming the whole thing was actually a setup.
I'm just a patsy.
Patsy, which is like an old-timey term for like the fall guy, the one who was set up. That same day, the vice president, Lyndon B. Johnson, was rushed back to the presidential plane and sworn in as the new president of the United States before taking off and heading back to Washington. At the same time, the FBI, the top investigatory body in our country, descends onto Dallas. And very quickly, the director of the FBI, J. Edgar Hoover, who's a big part of the story, he comes to a conclusion as to what happened. This is before any investigation had really gone forth. And Hoover decides that Oswald absolutely was the one who did it. He was a communist sympathizer, he was a frustrated misfit, and crucially, he acted alone. There was no one else. Here's a phone call between Hoover and the new president, LBJ.
There's no question but that he is the man. Now, the fingerprints and things we have.
I'd like some legal representation. These police officers have not allowed me to have any.
But luckily we have a justice system, and we would find what the facts actually say. Oswald was going to stand trial, where the evidence could be thoroughly examined, where the country could see for themselves who actually shot their president, and get closure on this horrifying event, where whoever did it could actually be brought to justice. But that never happened. 2 days after the assassination, while Oswald was being transferred from police headquarters to the county jail, a nightclub owner named Jack Ruby jumped out in front of the crowd of police officers and news reporters and shot Oswald. He was quickly rushed to the hospital, where he died soon after. The same hospital where President Kennedy had died just 48 hours